What are your names?
My name is Danny, and I play drums.
I'm Noah. I sing and I play the guitar.
My name's Johnny. I play the bass.
What's your band name?
We all do that on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Insomnia.
What do you do?
What do?
We write songs.
We perform songs.
Play what people consider music.
Some people consider music. We write, record, all that.
Make very little money.
Make really little money.
With the goal of trying to make people dance.
Yeah.
Bands to be so energized that
You
get the
dance
shit
to
out of
our
each other.
music.
Just bob your head a little.
Okay.
It's on the hips too.
Sure.
I show people how to do it on stage.
Okay.
What's your songwriting process? Do you all write the songs?
No. Sometimes. It depends. I mean, I write like the song, I guess. At least up until this point. And you know, I show them. I'll send them a voice memo recording, or you know, practice it at the studio, and be like, "Hey guys, I have a song." And they're like, "Oh, shut up, you have too many." But I show them the song, and you know, they'll do, and they're like, "Oh, that's pretty good." Or I play, you know, something, and they're like, "Oh, that sucks. Skip that
You
one."
see what really happens? He comes in the studio with a song, and he's like, "I got this idea," and he shows us, and he's like, "It should go like this. I envision it like this." And then we're like, "Cool," we learn it, and then me and Johnny go to the side, and we're like, "That sucks. Let's do this instead." And then we come back, and he's like, "That's not the song I wrote," and we're like, "You're right. It's the song that we wrote," and that becomes a song.
So we do all write it together. Look at that.
Yeah.
When and where was your last performance?
It was, you know, again on 3. 1, 2, 3. The
House of Blues
on June 4th. It was cool. It was alright.
How do you feel about that performance?
It was good.
Yeah, I think we were all pretty nervous at first. We've never done House of Blues. That was new for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was the first time. I think for me, I don't get too nervous, but I think all of us had a little bit of nerves going that day. But
The bathroom
you
was
know.
working before that one.
And we, I think we were all kind of nervous to get on stage, and then we went out there, and when the first song, started playing the first song, then I think all that went away, and I think we did pretty good, and people were really enjoying that performance. So
The
Big-
three,
pretty proud.
the 3 bands playing that night, you know, us being one of them, were basically carbon copy rip-offs of each other, but somehow I was still convinced they wouldn't like us, and then I think they liked us just fine. So it went pretty well. You haven't said a word this whole time.
How do you think it went?
Yeah.
I was completely drenched.
I think we all were. I
No,
was
we were
sweaty
sweating on that
head
one.
to toe.
Like a little bit of nerves, a little bit of just warm air from people moving around.
Didn't help that we got like punched and kicked in the pit.
No, yeah, there were
Sometimes
like
afterwards.
usually, you know, there's a couple people moving, but the whole front of the stage, people were like pushing and kicking and shoving and punching and spitting and all of the above. I was like leaning down at one point, and people were pulling on me and hitting me, and I mean, I kind of liked it, but it was different. It was nice.
The other bands did great too.
Yeah,
When
it
it's
was
the
good.
mosh pit, I got punched at one point. My face is still kind of bruised.
I got punched. I punched, and you know, circle of life, I guess.
Yeah.
How did you get into music in the band?
Music in the band or music and then the band?
Music and then the band.
Oh,
Oh, we need a whole 60 minutes.
yeah, we need like NBC for this one. Who goes first?
I guess I'll go
You have the
first.
shortest story.
So, I mean, I've always kind of been into music. Started off playing guitar. Did that for a while. Was really into that, and then I got my friend Noah to play guitar. Other friend Noah to
Not
play
me.
guitar. He was going through a breakup, and I was like, the best way to get over it is just pick up a guitar and play some music, man. And he picked it up. He learned, started getting comfortable. He wanted to practice, and then I came into the studio ready to play guitar with him, and he's like, "Well, we can't have two guitarists." So then he kicked me to the drums, and then I've kind of been on and off with drums, but and then this opportunity came up, and now it's been a pretty consistent thing going. So it's kind of how I got into the whole thing.
You next.
I was in the high school marching band. I played trumpet. Eventually joined my high school's jazz band. Started playing bass. Until this asshole started asking me to start
Can we
playing.
say that in this?
Leave it out.
Yeah.
Until this asshole decided to ask me to play with his friend Noah and said, "Hey, we need a bass player. Do you think you could play bass?" And I said, "Okay, that's fine." And then when this guy came around and said, "Oh, hey, I need a bass player for once. Oh, I need a drummer too." I said, "Oh, my brother's a drummer. He's pretty already too."
It's just how he said it.
Yeah,
Just like that.
and then he came along and we make quote unquote music.
Your turn.
I just had nothing to do. I mean, I did the whole marching band thing. I played trumpet in 5th grade. They bring out a sack of instruments and tell you to take your pick, and I wanted a saxophone, but all the cool kids took all the saxophones. So then I was like, oh, I'll play drums, and then my mom told me that was too expensive. So I found a trumpet at the bottom of the crate, and I was like, oh, that was fun. It was. I played it for a while, and did that in elementary school, middle school, high school, and what good do you hear about trumpet players? So I skipped that one, left that behind, picked up a guitar, and nobody cared still, but I wrote some songs and decided they were decent and decent enough to share with people. So I released them. I recorded, released them. They weren't decent enough. I was told that very early on. So then I found this guy, like he said, made some more songs. We were like, these are decent enough to show people. Again, no way. Then we found this guy, and we were like, oh, this set of songs, those are worth showing people. And they've been good enough. Got us here. So that's it.
That's it.
That's an album reference.
I know you don't know that.
But yeah, that's pretty simple story. It's almost biblical. Yeah, that's that. Now here we are.
How would you describe the sound of your music? What's your genre?
It's a little something like that. Getting out my feelings, taking out of my mind. These players out to get me cause they like my behind. I can't go nowhere cause I can't get a drink. And then I don't bother with the taste of the tea. Oh, come on and kick me. Oh, come on and kick me. Oh, come on and kick me. Oh, you got your fucking gloves.
What we're saying, like country, I would think.
Well, basically country, with distortion. That's us. What are we?
A lot of people compare our sound to like 90s grunge, Nirvana, Chains,
Alice in Change.
Alice
That's us.
in Change,
Yeah, I don't even know what any of that means.
Soundgarden. It wasn't meant to be that way, but we really were passionate about the whole country thing, and
We wanted to be a bluegrass band, but we aren't all cousins, so it didn't work out.
We went to a few country bars to perform, and we were trying to show our music, and they didn't appreciate it. So then we were like, okay, well, we'll find another country bar, and then we ended up in, a sewer show,
We
with
played
a
in
bunch
a
of,
sewer.
a bunch of, punk rock people, and played country music, and they weren't happy about that, so they started beating us, and then in the moment being beaten, that's when we converted, we converted to that grunge rock kind of sound.
I mean, what is grunge? You know, people just put a label on it one day and decided that's grunge, and a whole lot of punk rockers, you know, vomited all over the leather jackets that they haven't washed in years, and but then they were like, you know, oh, it's not so bad. Let me dust my spikes off, and now those are other people. It's us. Yeah, basically.
Who are your favorite artists or performers in this genre? Who inspires you?
All the ones that are dead.
No, honestly, I mean, it's hard. I mean, if you think about like 90s grunge, the only one left is Eddie Vedder. No one even knows the other names of the people in Pearl Jam, so.
Still don't know what he's saying either.
Like, no one knows what those words are, but people love it because all you care about is, you know, sweaty dude with long hair on stage screaming into a microphone.
Distorted blues.
No, I mean, all that's good, you know, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, those are, you know, that's the big four right there. Then you get into the deeper cuts, you got your Mudhoney, your L7, your Bikini Kill, all the supplementary bands that played a huge role, but they didn't get enough credit. So that's, you know, that all goes into what we do now. We all heard that, and we're like, yeah, that's pretty good. But, I mean, unsung hero over here, I think Shakira's awesome. If I had to pick one, you know, grunge artist, there's no one that tops Shakira. Like, when she gets on stage, brings out the line dancers, and, you know, just up there, just shrieking, fucking some Waka Waka Africa, something. I mean, you can smell like Teen Spirit all you want. That's the most grunge you can get to me. I don't know.
For me, it's Taylor Swift. I mean, she goes beyond grunge. You know, she transformed grunge, and I think she will soon replace Michael Jackson, the King of Pop. She'll replace Elvis, the King of Rock.
Dude, yeah.
And I think she is the next Nirvana. You know,
She really is. I mean,
You know,
I have cried many a teardrops on my guitar because of her, and what else is there to say?
What makes your band unique compared to other local bands in the scene?
Oh, easy. Nothing. That's like the honest truth. Nothing. You know, we just do what we want. We do what we think will get a good reaction out of people, because that's important. You know, to say that, you know, you don't care what people think. That's all well and good if that's like a personal mantra, but if you're doing this, you obviously care what people think. You're doing it for you know, the community, you know, you want people to enjoy it, so we make jokes. You know, half our shows are comedy sessions. We have a mascot that we bring out, and they go dance around on stage. So if you want to say that sets us apart, that's all well and good. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're doing what other people are doing, and we're just having a good time doing it. You know, I'm sure they are too, but we're just us. Hmm?
And then we can't get through anything serious without doing it 5 times over beforehand.
Shut up.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I don't think we take ourselves too seriously whenever we play on stage. Like, we constantly mess up, you know, but it's us having fun on there, I think, is what people enjoy out of it. You know, we don't plan out things, you know, too crazy or anything, you know. Kind of like to be in the moment, and whatever happens, happens. So if you go to our shows, you see some of that, you know, I guess, human elements.
Get to see me shake my sweaty hips on stage for free.
We do not plan, we simply recover. Like crack addicts.
Can't wait till the relapse.
How would you describe your audience?
Oh.
Well, not country folks.
No,
anymore.
we tried. We tried, but those redneck countryos didn't like us very much. You know, it's like we said before. You got your leather jackets, your spikes and studs, dyed hair, some dreadlocks. You know, all that, and that's our crowd. And yeah, a couple normal looking people. They're cool too. They pay us all the same, so the money spends just like anyone else's. But our audience, I wouldn't say that they have a look. I wouldn't say that they have in anything, but they show up, and that's what matters. They seem to like us. I hope so. That's what we do it for.
We don't like having one particular group.
No,
Oh,
it's
people.
restricting.
You
It's
know,
lame.
You're like anybody who just wants to come in and just see 3 guys on a stage just jam out for an hour or so, and see then they can hassle themselves, the whole entire time. So we invite all kinds of people.
Nothing. Alright.
He hates our fans. He's just
He doesn't actually like them.
Yeah.
I don't like that word. Fans.
Yeah, I didn't know that people actually come to pay to see us. I just thought
It's a dirty word. If someone wants to call themselves a fan of something, that's awesome. But I will not refer to anybody in our audience as a fan. They're just there enjoying it, and you're not beneath me. I don't you don't do anything for us in that way. You're just there with us, and if you want to get up on stage and sing a song with us, please do it.
He simply likes to call them followers.
Shut up.
Because the thing I think I do appreciate is that we're the bands that both, like, we're one of the bands that can both perform on a stage, but then right after just get in right with the crowd and just appreciate the show
Mm-hmm.
going forward.
I like doing that. It's fun.
No barrier.
Every genre has rules. How would you describe the rules in your genre? How do you discern which music is firmly inside the genre and what kind of music isn't really part of the genre anymore?
That's like a blasphemous question. Am I supposed to look at you with this? Probably this. It's like I said, like the word fans for us, that's like a dirty question. What rules are there? The rules are that I have to have long hair and wear flannel jeans and Converse. I could show up in a tux and play the same music and scream into a microphone and get all sweaty, and people are gonna clap and cheer all the same. I hope, because that's what it's about. It's the music, and if you ask me what rules are in the music, it can be fast, it can be slow, it could be loud or soft. It really doesn't matter. If you want to come over and tell me because I played, I don't know, progressions, I don't know any of that, but you played that minor key thing, that must be a grunge song. We're like, you got me. But the music just comes and it flows and it falls out of us, and we just do what feels right. So the rule is do what feels right, I guess. That's not much of a rule, is it?
I feel like too, people get too caught up in the genre and what they're supposed to sound like, that it makes it hard for different bands or artists to want to make music outside of what people believe they should make.
Yeah.
Like you hear stuff about Linkin Park, when they write songs and they would come out with a different sounding song, and suddenly all their fans hate it, because they decided just to new. And I feel like we don't want to be in that same boat, like we want to write music that we think is fun and people are going to dig. And if they don't, then it's still out there. You're still going to hear it. You're still going to hear it somehow. So.
Yeah, I think it's overall pretty restricting. Like, I think we understand as a group that people want to feel comfortable in what they're listening to, and they have a certain expectation for it. But on the other hand, we have to feel free and genuine in what we're creating.
Yeah.
And so it's important for us to just do what we feel is necessary and feels right. On the other hand, doesn't mean that we don't have inspirations. Doesn't mean we don't have our favorites. But
Of course.
we're just going to stick to what we want to do.
Yeah, what rules did they have? There's no rule that says we have to sound like them. We just like it, so we may as well, steal what we can, as long as we can get away with it.
Well, that's all the questions for this interview. Do you have any closing statements?
Stream our music.
We have Instagram. We want followers. It's Insomnia Music Co.
All one word.
All one word. So look at our videos and photos and stuff, and just see who we are. You know?
Praise the Monday.
Shave your head and wear a dress.
Thank you, Insomnia.